I'll go get some more drinks for the boys.
That's my wife.
Cut my dick off.
I can't believe Snoop is talking about
Do you like the Blue Man Group? Welcome to the Thread Count Podcast.
I think he's saying Seagram's gin.
Cheryl Crow.
Your ass crack is whack. I want to put it on tap. Thank you, wife.
Oh, it's Mortarigga. You want to put it on tap? Dude, it's growing, dude.
Don't like my cups.
You don't like Bill Cosby? Oh.
I don't have it currently, but I've had it.
Like
before.
the YouTube song?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean YouTube song. What did I mean?
YouTube.
YouTube song.
All right.
YouTube song on YouTube.
My favorite YouTube song is Druggy Buggy.
I don't know that one.
It's a good one.
Really?
I like the
It's by like this one South Florida recovery rapper.
Oh, really? What?
Kenny, I forget, not Kenny Chapman. That's the guy who got arrested.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You guys do your thing.
Well, welcome to the Thread Count Podcast. My name's Shannon Laleem. I'm with my co-host.
Joey the Cream.
Hey, all right.
And this is our special guest, Danny Fallon.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
hey. So Danny is a comedian who started here in South Florida and has now moved to the Big Apple.
What's it like there? What's the fucking what's it like?
Hey, what's it like? Hey, mind your business, huh? That's what it's like. Don't
what
worry.
it's like.
Don't worry about it, huh?
What's the city like?
Hey, it's a lot of people taking shits in public.
Yeah. Like, what's the craziest thing you've seen, like, since being in New York? Like, what's the most, like, you're like, wow, this is some real New York City stuff.
I mean, it's literally so... There's so much shit that I don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I was at a comedy show recently, and one of my friends got attacked while on stage.
Oh.
Like, legitimately. And then, like, this lady was like, hey, I know you. You're the psycho that pulled the knife on me when we were, like, partying the other day. And she's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. She starts attacking him while he's on stage, like, throwing punches. And he, like, hides behind this bartender. And then keeps talking shit with the microphone. Eventually has to drop the microphone and just like kind of flee.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
I left and went to another show, and I didn't tell anyone about what just happened.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like later that night or the next day, someone hit me up and they're like, hey, what happened? And I start telling them like, dude, I was about to not even think of that as a story. Like I was,
You were like, yeah.
Exactly. So that's to let you know like how crazy it is. It's
Yeah.
like I probably wasn't even going to file that away.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was about to just let that go without even telling another soul. It just happened.
That's crazy.
Well,
man.
now my question is, was he the person that pulled the knife, though? Do you think this person is the type to pull a knife, or do you think this was just like some sort of New Yorker that was just being crazy? And
Oh, yeah, they knew each other.
They did?
Had,
So it
yeah,
was.
he had pulled a knife.
So they deserved it. So he deserved to be rushed.
He told me that he pulled the knife, but it was like he was doing coke with some people, and she was
You
there,
can't blame
and
him.
like they were like cutting up the lines with the knife, and he like just like was like, "Hey, look at this,"
Whoa.
and like kind of like joking around like when you're really fucked up, and you're just like, but you're really fucked up, so it's like no one knows. So I think she took it. You know, then she's drunk, and a couple days later, it's like you didn't do anything at the time. So
Wow.
maybe a couple days later, you're drunk, you're in a weird mood, and you're like, "Fuck it, now I'm gonna say something."
Her cat's coming in.
He does this.
Hello. That's amazing.
So, yeah, there's Marley, the
Go get it, dude.
the little boy. But that's kind of crazy because, like, I mean, I guess like more so he pointed the knife at her, but regardless,
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there.
it's like pointing a gun. It's like what if you were doing it with a gun? You were cutting up your lines with a gun.
I feel like when I was a kid, I definitely like grabbed some knives and maybe chased my friends around or something. At
Right.
least. Like as a joke, like let's
Yeah.
chase
Oh,
each
yeah.
other around with knives and see how
Right.
scary we can scare each other with them.
Oh yeah, my brothers, we would like do that shit to each other.
You ever have someone throw knives at you?
no.
Me neither.
Just were wondering.
Yeah, just was like, I feel like it could happen. I remember being in my buddy's, he had a really nice, he was a wealthy buddy. And we had pool balls, and we were chucking pool balls across his basement at each other. And that was probably the most scary, dangerous situation.
What's pool balls when you're really excited to play pool, but no one will let you?
What?
Like blue balls?
Oh, pool balls.
Okay, sorry. Sorry,
dude.
Chad.
I'm a dumbass, dude. I'm gonna miss a
Keep
lot
up,
of
keep up.
smart jokes.
Sorry, that was not smart.
Well,
That
that's
was dumb.
yeah.
was
Well,
really
I'm a
that
dumbass.
puts it into perspective.
Now you started comedy when then?
When did I start comedy? I
Yeah.
started July 2019.
July 2019.
Yeah.
Okay. And you started where? Like down here in Delray or?
Yep. First spot was at Dada in Delray.
Wow.
Yep.
Dada. R.I.P.
Is it gone?
Yeah. No.
Is the restaurant gone?
No. The
Just the show.
It was
the mic.
demolished.
The mic.
When you guys probably started, it was on its second iteration, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because it was originally a Tuesday night open mic ran by Mike Cintron.
Yeah.
And then it came back at some point after COVID as a Wednesday
Wednesday.
night. open mic.
Yeah. Yeah. After the coop, of course.
Yes. Yeah, you could go over there.
Yeah. And we met you at the coop, I think, like the first night we ever did comedy.
Really?
Yeah.
And how was I? Was I nice? Was I kind?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
That's what I care about in this life.
I think you were nice.
I
yeah.
don't think anyone was that mean to us our first time, actually.
Well, I wouldn't have been mean
Yeah.
unless you
But
assaulted me.
everyone did
Yeah.
crowd work on us like ahead of time.
Ugh. I remember some of that. I remember some of you guys first coming arounds. I remember
crazy
something
stuff.
very sexual from you.
A lot of sexual stuff.
Very
yeah.
sexual.
Everything I had was sexual, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, the staring at people and
I remember itching
like-
my ass beyond the curtain and being like, and then after I was like, what did I do? Like, why was I just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's life,
Just
right?
trying stuff. Just
Staff
seeing
roast,
what
what did I
happens,
do?
what
Why
can
did
get
I
a
do?
giggle.
what do you remember specifically from Joey?
I feel like you had an eating ass bit.
Shannon had an eating ass. But
I had an eating ass.
Okay.
bit.
Did you have a I'm gay? even though I'm
Probably.
married? You're like, I'm here to get dick or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I probably said I would
think
say something
I had
a little bit
stuff where
different.
I called you,
but
yeah, that you
yeah.
gay.
I actually probably legitimately was like, is this guy gay?
Yeah.
He does have
So
the
Shannon
look.
would do cuck jokes, and then
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
definitely a
I
major.
didn't like that.
A
I
major
felt bad
group.
for you.
No, dude,
I didn't like it.
I thought they were
It's
funny,
hilarious.
but people
This is
really
my
thought I was a
cuck-ass
cuck.
husband.
People would think I was a cuck then.
Yeah.
I think like for real, and like be like, your wife's so funny, and I'd be like, fucking, I'm
it's
not
just
a cuck,
jokes.
dude. Yeah,
It's just
Yeah, you're not gonna
jokes.
fuck my wife.
Yeah.
because you say she's funny.
yeah. What
That's
Yeah.
not the way.
like you can't like win a cuck over. What if How to Win a Cuck in 10 Days? What's the movie?
How to win cucks and influence people.
No, what's the How to Win a Girl in 7
How
Days?
to Lose a Guy in 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How to Lose a Cuck in 10 Days.
Take him over. How to take over a cuck.
What's some other cuck words? What are cuck adjacent themes?
I just think cuck is like a funny word. That's
Yeah,
why
oh,
we
yeah.
used it. Like,
Yeah, it rhymes
I
with
was
fuck.
like, and the first time I used it at the coop, Rebecca was like, "What does that mean?"
What?
And I was like, "What?" Like, and I had to then explain what it meant.
If you don't know what cuck means, you're the cuck.
Yeah, you're getting cucked out, bruh.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you would say. Like, I think that's the word for it.
Cuckoldery.
Yeah.
Cuckold.
I just had some
The man in the corner.
upholstery. Cupholstery. I'm trying to say the fucking what's the thing upholstery, but with
Upholstery.
cuckholstery.
Cuckoldery. All out. Do you guys typically
Cocaine.
look at the camera, or do you just kind of look at each other?
We just look
A
at
mix.
we look wherever.
Mix.
Sometimes I stare right at the camera. Sometimes I lick my lips. Sometimes I like show my nose hairs.
At what point are you guys gonna make a sexual advance on me?
As soon as I see that blanket rise.
When we switch over to the Patreon,
Oh no! Oh no!
we keep saying we should start a Patreon, or it's like, but do we start a Patreon or do we just start an OnlyFans instead of a Patreon? I just don't know which one takes less fees.
only glands.
That's
Only cans.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
a can guy now.
You're a can guy?
I sell cans for money.
Oh, I was gonna
Oh,
say I
tits.
thought you meant like I'm a boob guy.
tits, cans.
Oh,
Tits or
nah, I'm more of
cans?
an ass guy.
Really?
More of an ass guy.
Yeah, I'm like Kramer, because I also say the N word on stage.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a booty guy.
Oh my god! Now, with doing comedy, like, what's the craziest like heckler experience you've ever?
Oh, you want to talk hecklers?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to talk hecklers?
Tell us, dude.
Philadelphia this summer.
Born
Fuck
and
you,
raised
Philly.
You really?
in a playground.
No, I was doing a show in Philadelphia, and it was a rooftop show. It was good. It was cooking. Everyone was doing good. A lot of people there, probably 80 people on a rooftop. I go up. First thing out of my mouth, I'm just like, I don't think this is going to go well. You ever have that? You're just like, man, this is. So I'm starting to like. I'm trying up there. You know what I mean? I'm just wafting. Trying to stay afloat.
Working.
And I'm getting most of my laughs are like my big laughs that get everyone are just addressing that it's not going well.
Yeah.
Which is not a good sign. Like, oh, that one sucked, huh?
Yeah, and then everyone's like,
yeah.
ah, ha, ha, and you're like, wait,
Yeah,
what
we
the
do hate
fuck?
you. Yeah. And halfway through, I do you guys might have heard the old version, a Subway joke about my manager from Subway.
Yes.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
which I've since reworked. So thank you for that,
Yeah.
heckler.
Yeah.
And I do the joke, the old version. She's like, that's not a joke. That's just trauma.
Well, fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
what
like,
are you talking about?
And here's the thing, like, I don't know, when you're doing well and everyone's feeling you and someone heckles you,
Yeah.
you have a certain energy, you have a certain, like, your brain's firing. You're like, well, you're gay, or whatever. Like, you think of something
Fuck
quick.
you, bitch.
Yeah, something quick and better.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was just like, well, some people have liked it. I mean, not here, but so I'm just, it's very like kind of, it was okay, but it was pretty wimpy.
Yeah, yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
like, I basically just like, whatever, that's like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
And so then at the very end, I'm still kind of like doing the best I can. And I'm like, all right, well, what should I end on? Because the joke I was going to end on didn't work. And she's like, boo, just get off the stage.
Oh.
And it was the same lady I knew. And I was just like, well, I was like, hey, that's shitty. I wish I would have thought of what I thought of later, which is like, lady, this is unnecessary. I have suffered enough tonight.
Yeah.
Like something like that. Like this is
like, do you think I feel good about
right.
Like,
Yeah,
I already feel bad.
Right.
Yeah.
So finally, this lady right over here, she goes, don't be rude. And I thought she was saying like to me, don't be rude. Like, don't try to get more out of this. Just get off stage. But she was pointing at the other lady. And I was like, phew, you're on my side. That got a big laugh. And I was just like, all right, good night.
Yeah.
And I got off stage. Now, I was like traumatized after that. I was like, dude,
when was this?
maybe July or August. And I got a ride from New York City with my friends. So I had to hang around the show afterwards.
Oh my God.
And it was kind of like a house party afterwards.
Yeah.
So I'm just like in the middle of conversations, just thinking like, are they thinking like I'm the worst person ever? Like, I'm just trying to like, I don't want to be anywhere. I definitely don't want to be there, but I don't want to be anywhere right now.
Yeah.
And so whatever, I survived that social experience. I get back to New York. I'm just like, man, am I even good at comedy? Like, should I just quit? Like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
We all have those, yeah.
Yeah, but just one of the worst like I've ever had. Where I just thought like, because I was like doing this stuff about like heroin and addiction, and even my friend from Philly was like, yeah, I don't think they like believed you. I think they just thought you were like a douchebag making fun of junkies, and I was like, so I'm just like
What?
rethinking everything. I'm just like.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like, you get up there and like, I used to get fucked up and do heroin, but like they didn't. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
thought, right.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, that was kind of what, and she likes me, and she's not being mean. She
Yeah.
was, and I was just like,
They didn't know you.
Huh.
yeah.
You know what
She's
I mean?
like, I don't think they knew you or like believed you, and it was very off-putting, and it also felt like you were just trying to be edgy for the sake of being edgy, and I was like, I definitely don't want to be like that. So I'm just like rethinking everything.
Well, maybe when people look at
Dude,
you,
don't
they
let
don't
that one
think,
motherfucker like change your shit too much, especially if it like has worked for so long. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
what eventually happened, right? So,
Yeah.
like a week later, I do a spot again, and I get back in the groove. I start to feel good. I'm like, okay, we're back. Then, a couple days later, of like I took like maybe like 5 days off, and then I did the show. I'm back, and then I'm easing in. Then I do a show, and I do all the same bits
Yeah.
that I did there, and they did well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I literally go on Instagram afterwards, and I'm like, I'm back. I'm in my Eminem Lose Yourself era. I won't be silenced. I'm Wigger Maxon for real.
Oh my God.
Because
wait,
I've been-
I might have seen this.
Yeah, because I've been doing this bit. One of the bits that I think was so like just like dicey there was I did a Wigger bit.
Yeah.
And so now I'm feeling good about myself again. I'm like, fuck that. I was like listening to Lose Yourself and being like, I'm ready. Like I've been chewed off and booed off stage. Like now I'm like, I got to tap into that shit. Like failure is not an option. Like I'm a janitor. I'm poor. I sacrifice so much to do comedy. I'm not going to let some asshole in Philadelphia with unresolved trauma that's projecting whatever bullshit she's went through in her life. I'm not that.
Yeah.
I'm just something in your mind. I'm a figment of your imagination. I'm some, totem pole of your issues. That's not real. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm a nuanced human being. Okay. I'm a fractal of the divine, lady. Okay. And so are you. So you need to resolve your
Self-love.
shit. Okay. So anyhow, I'm feeling it. I'm back, baby. I do these bits. I do well. So I post. Someone took a boomerang at me, and I posted, I'm back. I'm in my Eminem Lose Yourself era. I be Wigger Maxing for real. I put Lose Yourself as the song on Instagram. Then I go to a pizza shop before another spot, and I take my headphones off to order. They're playing Lose Yourself. Oh. So I record it. I'm like, yo, the universe is it's got my back. You know what I'm saying? The universe is coinciding to bring me to ultimate freedom or some shit. Whatever. I'm high. I mean, I'm high on like the spiritual forces of life. I'm not high anymore. I don't do drugs. But I'm the closest I get to being high.
Right. Writing.
So I'm feeling great about this. Then another week goes by. I check my message request, and someone had responded to that story. When I said I'd be Wigger Maxing for real, the person said, that's not a joke. That's just trauma.
Again, it's the same person?
Then,
it's that bitch.
Then the pizza thing, she said, boo, just get off stage. And
Again?
I'm thinking, who did I tell the story? Again, I don't tell people as much anymore. It's just like I'm so moving around so quick, I don't get to tell everyone everything that happens.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I only told like one or two people. I'm like, I don't know this lady. It's an account I don't follow. Sure enough, I'm like, are you my heckler from Philly? And she's like, am I your heckler or truth teller?
Oh my god!
And I'm like, okay, so you're
Stalker,
so you're
dude.
definitely
She's
the
a
heckler.
stalker,
Yeah, you're definitely the heckler. And she starts negging me. She's like, I would have rather watched a woman circumcision than watch your set.
What?
She's like saying all the shit. I'm just like, and I just was like, I took the higher road.
You wanna say her
blocked
name
her?
on her podcast?
I don't even know her name.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck up her Instagram. Everybody go fucking
We're gonna
tell her
find
how
and then-
ugly she is.
Dude, I'm a king of. Well, I'm not a king of anything, but I am.
Joey's a psycho.
I am known to find people's information. If they wrong me, maybe take my parking spot and don't let me in the parking spot and stand in front of my car and try and get me to hit them.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna take your license plate, and if you're from Canada, you can easily mail or go on a Canadian website, and say that you had a traffic incident, because Canadians are like, oh yeah, everyone has goodwill here. So they're like, yeah, we'll give you this person's information. Just tell us their license plate. And I'm like, yeah, I need to contact them. So I got this lady's name, and I know her name now.
This is in Canada?
No, this happened here, and pretty much there was some
We've
like
talked
lady
about
that
this
was a
too much
bitch.
on
We've
this
talked about it
podcast.
before. Joey
Sorry,
is very angry
But if
about
you
this.
want to find
particular
this
incident.
lady,
I
in
don't.
Philly,
I've forgiven her. I don't care. I'm at peace with it.
you're like Christ, dude.
I am. I try to be like Christ.
Wow,
I've
that's a very peaceful approach.
I've definitely tried to model my my behavior after Christ.
Would
Now-
you go
now-
through what Christ went through just to get like your DS forever once you were done by
DS?
whoever? Get
Oh,
your
dick suck.
DS.
De-asked?
Like they were like, you can be
one
Jesus,
is
but
it?
you're gonna have to be crucified. Would you want to be Jesus to be crucified, or I mean, vice versa? Would you want to be crucified to be Jesus? And then after you're done, you're just like coming in the clouds. And then
Sounds
come
kinda
in the
good.
clouds.
Coming
You're
in the
gonna go in the
clouds.
place where I come in the clouds.
I mean, not to get too deep here and not to get too real, but I mean, sometimes I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Like,
You'd be crucified.
I don't know. As I get older, I'm like, put me in a war, have me crucified. Like, just give me something useful to
Get
do.
me
You know,
out.
yeah,
purpose.
Get me out, but in a noble way.
A purpose.
You know,
yeah.
I don't know. When you've been on Earth for long enough, you're like, I might as well get crucified.
You pretty much want
How
to be
could
a
it be worse?
kamikaze pilot, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
And
I think
that
kamikazes are
is
real
why
righteous.
you got a job as a janitor at a preschool, because if somebody's going to take a bullet and die for the world, you're going to do it.
Well, that's why I want to take the bullet, is because I'm a janitor.
Yeah.
You're getting,
that's why
you're
I'd
getting
rather
real
be
good with the
crucified.
trash can lids in case you got to fucking spin in there and like block shield.
Yeah,
Fucking
just
ricochet
you
the
know,
bullets off.
when you wake up every day and you're like, I'm gonna go clean shit. You're just like, I might as well put me in a war. You know,
my God.
Yeah.
I'd rather be being persecuted by the Jews or whatever. Like, That's a Jesus reference, not what's going on now.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, the
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it is
was-
tough.
yeah.
But now, kind of going back to your Subway joke, this is a true story. Then,
Sure.
So you
It actually happened.
you worked at Subway
Yeah,
when?
when I was 19.
Okay, because I actually was a sandwich artist back in 2011. Yeah,
Solidarity. Oh my God, that was me too. 2012. Wait,
yeah, 12 to 11, 12 to or no, 10 to 11. 10 to
Okay,
11 for
okay,
me.
yeah. 10, I was still at McDonald's.
When were you birthed?
93.
That's
Okay.
that's really
Same.
climbing.
What month?
January.
Oh, okay.
You?
Because that's Shannon. Oh wait, no,
No.
you're right in between us.
I am.
Literally.
between us. I was in '92.
No, that's really climbing the food chain ladder. You know, from like McDonald's to Subway,
Eventually got to Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts. I thought you maybe would go to Applebee's.
No, I never did. I
We
would
went
have.
around the
I
world.
would have loved to.
An open mic at Applebee's. That would be the next step. No, so at Subway, your boss,
Here we go.
what, like
Uh-oh.
straight up asked you, or how did tell
How much
us the
time we
story?
got? How much time
tell
we
us the
got here?
story.
As long as you want, dude.
Tell us
Let me
tell
see
us
that thing. Let me
a
see that sucky stuff.
condensed version of the story, but like, include the best details.
Okay. So I worked at Subway and I was a drug addict. I was addicted to like just pills and
Pills.
weed and whatever.
Yeah.
Like at this time, like I was like really like taking Xanax, and
Late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, exactly. Like loved taking ecstasy, smoking weed. I mean, I was a drug addict. I just would spend all my money on drugs at all
Whatever you
times.
could get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day was a new nightmare. And so I worked at Subway, and at this point, because I wasn't on heroin, I wasn't necessarily like physically addicted to things. So it'd be like some days you'd just be like, oh, I don't have anything to get high. I guess
Yeah.
I'll get high later, If someone will milk me out or whatever. So I'm working at Subway, I'm a drug addict, I'm 19. I had been to rehab already for being a
Okay.
drug addict. And so I get to work one day. So I worked at this Subway, and there was a gay guy who was the manager, and he was like very like openly, not just gay, but like he would make advances. He would be like,
okay.
"Oh, you're cute. Oh, you have abs." Like he only hired like straight guys that were young.
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
It was very like predatorial in retrospect, right?
Yeah, grooming.
And he would always like, groom them and make comments. And he'd be like, hey, he would start with like crazy shit. He would just be like, hey, if you ever want, I'll suck your dick and I'll pay you. And I'm like, no, I'm a virgin. I don't want to, I want to be with a woman first, but I'm not homophobic, man. I respect that,
Yeah, yeah.
And also I'm a drug addict and I hear money. So I'm like, maybe I'll think about it,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I'm just thinking like, man.
It's not like you have to suck the dick.
No, and I've seen Basketball Diaries,
Yeah,
I've,
I can close my eyes.
yeah, I've read some books. I know that this kind of thing happens in the world. And if I get desperate enough,
Yeah.
between this and knocking over an old lady, I mean,
I'm still a virgin right
Happens
now.
to the best of us.
at least after this one, I come,
Yeah, yeah.
There's probably something there with like you come after knocking down the old lady.
Wait, what happened with the old lady though? How'd
No,
the old
I
lady-
didn't, but I'm saying like, guys will, rob old ladies.
Oh,
For their purse.
Oh,
You know,
I thought you were talking about sex with old ladies.
no, I've never,
Thank God.
never done that.
Yeah, that's sad.
But
And-
so,
Yeah.
okay, so anyhow, so then he's like, so now I know this is my environment. I work with this guy. He's made comments. He's offered me money to do gay shit, and I really gotta stop saying gay shit. Like it just sounds so derogatory. Gay shit.
Well,
But it was the era that I was raised in, and
Yeah.
also whatever. So one day I go into work. I'm a drug addict. I have no money, no drugs, and I got to work. So I'm there. It's me and him opening the shop. He's like, "Hey, man, I know you don't want to like let me blow you or whatever, but what if I got some Vicodin on me right now, and I got $60 burning a hole in my pocket, and I just want to see your cock." And I'm like,
Just to see it?
and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I said. I was like, so you just want to see it? You're not going to touch it? You're not going to do anything? He's like, absolutely, hand to God. It's just me and him, and this is like an older guy. He's like
How old is
38,
he? Yeah.
38 or something. Like he's like a like a real adult, like those established adults, like
that
has a
work at
car,
Subways.
yeah.
Yeah, it has his whole life. Like,
He was like well put together. He wasn't like sloppy. That's the thing. It wasn't
Yeah.
like, and so I was like, man. And he's like, like he probably showed me the Vicodin. And I was like, all right. So he's like, yeah, just imagine you're in the locker room. You're changing and someone looks for a little too long.
Yeah.
Can you do that? And I was like, yeah, all right, fuck it. So we go in the back and I'm like, so what are we literally going to do? He's like, you're just going to, he walks me through. He's like so calm about it. He's like, you're just going to undo your belt. You're just going to open up your drawers like this with your pants. You don't have to lower them. Just go like this. And I'm just going to look in. And then when you're done, you get these Vicodin and this money.
It's a good deal, dude.
That's
and I'm
a
like,
pretty
I
good
would do
deal,
that right
yeah.
now for
I know.
Vicodin and money.
And
I don't need that stuff, but I would do it for it. I don't
right,
know.
because that's the thing. I always say it was a long, elaborate gay con.
I would do it for like $30. Dude.
So-
show my dick for $30
So-
real quick, a flash.
So you're in the back, like where by like
Like
all
near
of where the
bread
olives
freezer.
and
yeah, the bread freezer. And I say to him, I'm like, dude, it's really cold. He's like, that's no concern.
Yeah, he's
you're
like, I just
in
wanna
the
see.
bread freezer.
No, we're near it.
Oh, okay.
He
We're in the
probably
back.
likes it the smaller it is because it's like the younger you appear then.
Right, there might have
Yeah.
been some of that going on.
Yeah.
So I open it up and I'm like, okay. And then finally I'm like, are you good, man? And he's like, no, just a little bit longer.
At that point, did you get hard or
No.
Okay.
If anything, it was like, "Ugh."
Yeah, it was like,
And I'm just
a
like-
little bit longer. Was he sniffing and stuff?
No, but that was the part where you're like, okay, I see why this is dark.
Yeah.
Like,
Picturing this, like, yeah.
like he's like,
It did get dark as soon as you said a little bit longer.
Right.
You Batmaned out, dude. It's a little scary. Turn into Batman.
It gets dark. That's the part where you're like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here,
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay.
What if he was like, "You're not going anywhere," and whips out a fucking butcher's knife and just starts hacking your nuts to smithereens?
A bread
He
knife.
could have.
Yeah.
He could have.
Stabbed you in the nuts. Fucking what's the movie where he gets it's Butterfly Effect when he's in jail and has to stab the guy's nuts?
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. Ashton.
Was that Green Mile?
No.
No, but
I don't remember that part even.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so he no, I didn't have to do that to anyone's balls. So then he's like, okay. He's like, oh, okay. So then I close it, and then we go smoke a cigarette afterwards. He gives me his Viking and gives me $60. I'm like, cool. So then, and we're just talking like friends afterwards.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're like kind of elated. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the feeling of like doing a stand-up set, and then even if you bomb, the relief afterwards.
Yeah.
Like doing anything hard in life.
yeah. You're like, well, it's over now.
Yeah, you feel good. So I'm like in a good mood. I got Vicodin and I just popped them. I'm like, okay, this is going to be cool. And like, I'm going to get off work. I'm going to take a bunch of Xanax. I'm going to forget this ever happened.
This is
Yeah.
the beginning of your shift.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's like fucking 8 a.m. It's like we're getting, or 9 a.m.
We're
like getting ready
opening.
for the lunch
So
rush.
your dick was fresh then. You had a fresh dick. Yeah.
Freshy dick.
Yeah.
So then like a week later, I get in their work. Same kind of thing. He's like, hey, I got some Vicodin. Can I see it again? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, it's
Another
like,
deal.
yo, more
you're just,
Vikes?
You're primed up to it.
Whatever,
You're like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Again, same kind of thing. I got no drugs.
When
on
I
me.
was that age, dude, it's good. No one ever tried to like
Right,
hook me up.
right.
Yeah. I would have been like, yo, dude, what else you got? You know what I mean? You got a cock on you? Let me see your cock. Actually.
Right, maybe I'll
Can I
pay
see
you.
your cock for
Joe
Vicodin?
used to just show everyone.
I'll
his
give
dick.
you some of this
Fun.
Vicodin back for the cock.
So he just keeps building, right? He keeps building. Now I come in. Now the thing is, I didn't like opiate pills at that point in my life. When I found heroin, I was like, oh God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But opiate pills, I felt like always made me sick.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
preferred Xanax.
Yeah.
And he knew that. So I come into work one day, again, a couple days later. Now he's just like he's snowballing it. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, my partner. I told my partner about your dick. He really wants to see it. Can I take a picture of your dick for 60?
Oh, no, dude. You like
yeah.
the picture?
So I go to now we're in his truck, and now I have to really take my pants down, and so he can basically do a photo shoot of my dick. And anybody gives me $60, and again, dude, you just work with the guy afterwards, like
Oh my God.
so crazy. Now at this point, the free ride starts to end. He's like, I want you to like if you come over to my house, I got Klonopin, which is basically Xanax,
Yeah.
and he's like, I got as much Klonopin as you want. I got Vicodin too. I got alcohol. Why don't you come over and jerk off, and I'll give you $150. Oh. And I'll just watch. I won't touch you. And then, so what does that sound? You get to party, you get free drugs while you're doing it. You get $150 afterwards. I'm like, I'll think about it, man. So then I'm like, whatever. Just going about my life, getting paid, doing drugs, but that's in the back of my mind. So you're always like, okay, when you need money again, you think of these things,
Yeah.
So I'm like, I had my buddy. I was in a band, and my friend had done had told me that he let this gay dude blow him for Xanax, fake Xanax.
Yeah.
They were actually Boost bars, which are terrible. But he had told me about
a Boost bar?
It's like a non-narcotic Xanax.
Oh, okay.
And so I told him, I was like, hey, man, you want to like go? Like, I can get you. I basically tried to pimp my friend out. I was like,
Yeah.
I can get you $75 if you jerk off in front of this guy. Because
Oh, and then you're gonna take a piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had already done.
You're gonna pimp him out.
And he's
You were
like,
pimping him, yeah.
yeah. And he's like, no, I'm not really interested in that, man. So now I got like nothing going on. The next day I wake up, I'm sober, I got no money, and I'm like, fuck it. You know what? I'll go over there. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not, but I'll just go over there and I'll just feel it out.
Where
I'm
is
sure-
this, by the way?
Indiana.
Indiana, okay.
So this is like I live in Winfield. He lives in Valparaiso.
Yeah.
And he also would pick me up, to do this. And so I don't have a car at this time. I don't have a cell phone. So I call on the home phone, my parents' home phone, and I'm like, I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll go over there, I'll get free drugs, and then I'll say I don't feel comfortable, and I'll just leave. I'll flee. I'm no stranger to that. Then I'll walk around and I'll be fucked up, and who knows? Maybe I'll run into someone, do something else, figure something else out, whatever. But at least I'll get free drugs. So he picks me up. We go to his house. He immediately starts breaking up Klonopin. I'm sniffing them. I'm popping them. I'm drinking Coronas. He's giving me shots. So I'm doing rum chata shots. They taste so good. They're so smooth. I'm like getting fucked
He knows
up.
how to make it, yeah.
Quick,
He was
bro.
probably putting extra
Yeah.
shit in there, too. He's probably
Oh
like
my-
a little bit more Kalani for you.
Yeah.
And he's not getting fucked up.
He might have like had a Corona.
Yeah.
Or like had a rum shot or maybe one Klonopin. But like I'm going to town.
Yeah.
Like, and he's making it very sexy for me. Like, here's a bottle of Klonopin. Help yourself. And I'm like literally just a fucking drug addict. Just like, this is
I love this.
This is one of my favorite drugs. I'm like, I'm just getting blasted so quick. Like within 10, 15 minutes, I'm like torched. I'm like, I'm nearing blackout already. And I'm going to black out because I've taken some orally. And so once it, kicks in, I'm going to black out with the alcohol.
no.
And so we sit down on the couch and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's listen to some music. And he's like, are you ready?
Oh no, it got Cosby on you.
So quick. And I'm like, can we like hang out for a little bit? He's like, he just like, mental.
He was like
jujitsu's
the
around
hanging
that.
out's been happening,
Right,
yeah.
that kind of thing. And I was like, well, let me go to the bathroom and see if I can kind of get it going.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to think
Oh,
of women, trying to jack off. I
Yeah.
can't. There's so much pressure. It's so soft. It's like a wet noodle. I mean, I'm fucked up, so it feels kind of good, but I'm like, I can't get anything going.
Yeah.
I come back out, everything starts to get brown, At this point, maybe he talked me into like starting to try to jerk off in front of him so he could watch. I don't know what's going on at this point. Next thing you know, we're in a bed just like this. Cats.
Yeah,
He's trying
so
to get in the
sorry.
cabinet. Is
Literally-
the cabinet locked, baby?
He's trying to go in the top one. There's nothing up there though, so I don't know
Oh.
what the fuck he's doing. He's right here with me. Come on, Jared. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Story
It
was
literally-
getting good, dude.
Next thing you
Let me
know,
get that mint ice, boy.
you want some? Next thing you know, I literally end up in a bed just like this. This exact scenario. It's literally, I'm in the middle. Now, another thing he didn't tell me about beforehand was his partner was going to be there. So the whole time
my
all this
God.
happened, once I started doing the Klonopins, this guy just comes out of nowhere. And he's like shorter than the dude. He's like a little bit, he's fatter. He's like bald.
Oh no!
And, like, I
was he
don't-
in a gimp suit?
No, but it was
Okay,
just like
thank God.
it was just like this weird guy. Like at least this guy was like kind of like well dressed and put together. This was like just like a sloppy,
One guy you'd let look at your dick, one guy you wouldn't. Like,
Yeah, I
he's
mean-
not hot enough to look at your dick.
exactly. Yeah, you get it. So this guy's here, the random partner, my Subway boss. We're in a bed, and now I don't know what's going on. All I remember is just him being like, "Come on, let me put a hand on it. I'll give you $200 instead."
Yeah. Oh,
And now
boom, dude.
I'm blacked out.
Done.
I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm just like, okay, try it. He's trying that. Now I'm like just disassociating. Just like, what is happening in my life?
yeah.
And he's like, 300 if I could put a mouth on it. I'm like, okay, man, go for it.
300 extra
And
or
it's
just
soft.
like up to 300?
Up to 300.
Okay.
I think. I don't know because here's what went down, right?
Plus 300?
Right. I should have been more. I was in a compromised state.
Yeah.
My negotiating abilities
You couldn't
were
write it
diminished.
down.
Sign here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is admissible in a
And
court of law.
He's giving you like chips at a fucking casino.
So I'm in a bed like this. His partner's there. I don't know if his partner's touching my shit or whatnot.
Yeah.
But he's handing, blowing, and then I'm blacked out. Apparently, and I kind of vaguely remember, I think afterwards he tried for so long, couldn't get anything going. Like I just couldn't.
I mean, you were asleep too, so
I was basically asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, I was conscious, but so I kind of remember this, but I'm also told from him.
yeah.
They try for long enough, it doesn't work. I start ripping through their house.
Yeah.
Just trying to steal shit. Like with them there still. I'm
Yeah,
like, looking for
but you're
more.
so fucked up.
I'm looking for more drugs because something traumatic has happened. Now I'm looking for more drugs. I don't think he's wanting to give me any more drugs because I'm so fucked up. And also, what's in it for him anymore?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and apparently I'm like, I'm running around like I'm calling them both a faggot. I'm like,
Yeah.
"You faggots, you fucking faggots!" Like because they
freaking out.
because I'm like, it's traumatic, Like
Yeah.
of course some inner homophobia comes out. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm like, just,
You're also just like doing too many drugs at a young, like very malleable age when you're like developing and shit.
right,
Yeah.
right. Like we used to say the N-word back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
when white children are on Xanax.
Dude,
at
everyone
19
in my high
everyone-
school used to do it. You know
Right.
what I mean? Especially like the bad boys.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
The
what I'm
bad boy
saying.
white kids who were just like, yo, I'll fuck you up thing.
Right, right. Like I've had Facebook memories from that era where I'm like, oh
no.
God, I need to delete that.
Oh my
And it wasn't like we weren't saying it towards black people,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
we would say it like we were black people.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Shows that there's progress being made, even though it doesn't seem like it in a lot of other countries.
Yeah.
In our country, we're making progress. I think.
I think we've made progress. I
Yeah.
mean, I think a lot of things have socially
Until
changed.
every other country is like, let's kill that gay country over there. They're all gay now. And
Right,
we're like,
right, right.
we accept
Now-
everything.
Now, did you get the money though?
Yeah. So what
You
happened?
did?
Sorry,
So I got-
you tear it through.
I got the money, or so I'm doing that. He drives me home, even in the state. He drives me home, which makes sense. I mean, I'm his worker at Subway. This could
Yeah.
be very bad for him. Like,
Yeah,
this
you
is
could
not
like
a
go
great,
to. Yeah, no, I mean it could be.
I'm in that fucked up state. He doesn't take me home. Someone picks me up. I'm fucked up. I start telling them the whole story.
yeah.
They get really upset. Like,
I mean, you could have technically probably gotten them arrested.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah, it was like so. He drives me
They
home.
dragged me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
drives me home.
sexual assault.
He gives me the money. I don't remember much of this, but I must have called my Xanax dealer. He comes over. I don't know if I told him what happened, but I was really fucked up, and I was that kind of person that I might have been like, bro, I had to do some dark shit for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get like $300 worth of Xanax. That's what I remember. $300. Immediately spent it all on Xanax. Then I stay blacked out for like a week. Just literally maybe not a week. Maybe it was 3 days. Who knows?
And
But
you were living with your parents.
living with my parents. And normally my parents would kick me out. They didn't kick me out that week. I think they just knew like something bad happened to him. Like he needs to just, because I was like, again, the limited memories I have, like one of the memories is being in my hallway, just like falling, like Wolf on Wall Street, like falling into the wall. Like, he's like crawling to the car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like that level of fucked up, just like, oh.
Yeah.
I showed up to my friend's house the night it happened and knocked on his window. He had a basement window at like 3 a.m. and said, he's like, what's going on? I'm like, let's party. And I raised up a big bag of Xanax and he's like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? My parents are here.
Yeah.
So he like sneaks me out, takes me over to my friend Dag's house. And they're like, dude, just go to sleep. And I was like, fuck this. I'm a warrior. I'm going to go sleep by the lake. And I leave and go sleep. And like, I don't know where I went.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I stay blacked out for like 3 days a week. I come to, I have like 5 more Xanax. I have a shift at Subway. My boss hits me up. He's like, hey, how about I give you $200 to finish the job? And I'm like, dude, I got like 5 Xanax left. If I don't do this, I'm broke and I'm just going to have to live with what I've done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not ready to face that yet. I'm like, and plus in my mind, I'm like, I already did it. A man's already blown me. Like, my first sexual experience won't be anything else now.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this is who I am. Like, who cares? It's already happened once. What's the difference if it happens twice?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like doing all that math very quickly, and I'm like, all right, yeah, okay. He's like, yeah, come to work early, and we'll just do it in the parking lot of my truck. So I go there, I take 2 Xanax so that it kicks in, and I'm in the back seat of his truck. He's blowing me, and now I'm like way more sober. I could feel his beard, and I come. You know, he's good at what he did.
Oh, dang.
And now that I have enough point of reference in my life that I've been with women since then, I know that he was like technically good at blowing.
Yeah.
He was much
They
better
say
than
guys are better because they're guys, so they're like, "This is what I want."
I don't
would
believe
want done
that.
to
Doesn't
me.
make any sense to me. That I know that logic, but like, okay, you're a guy, but do you suck your own dick? It's
Tried.
not that complicated. Like a guy is better at sucking. Like, it's like saying, oh, you'd be better at working on cancer if you have cancer.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
necessarily.
yeah. I guess so.
I think people have
Fair.
skill sets. You know, like
True.
Well,
like,
I think also you might need like physical things. Like you might need like maybe a strong tongue or a thick tongue,
Right.
Or lips.
right.
You know, like a girl without a top lip. Do you really want her to suck your dick?
Right. Women, I can see that because their shit's it's more mysterious, you know? The clit, the like understanding the psychology, but the dick is pretty straightforward. Man.
Yeah.
Dick is a dick.
It's just friction.
And so if you were to rate him, he was in the top 5 or?
I mean, let's not get carried away. Not top 5 personally, but I would just say like give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was proficient.
He was perfect.
So did it happen more times than after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happened, and he blew me. That was the second
His
time.
whole paycheck was going to you.
I know that's
Like, that's the
thing.
craziest
How much money
thing.
did he make?
Let's be honest, back in like 2012, like he maybe was making $12 an hour, maybe making
No, he was a
$400
manager.
a week. Yeah, but still, like, I mean, I was a manager at PacSun in 2012, and I made $12 an hour, and that was like good then.
Wow.
I was making like $400
That's so
a week,
crazy,
and I
dude.
was
What a
like,
wild,
making a lot of money.
Do you think of those memories like daily?
Nah.
No.
Even when I'm doing the jokes, I don't really think about them in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did that. Then I had $200. I come, and then I'm like, that was crazy. And then I go to work. I just like get blown by my boss.
With
and,
him.
Like, and yeah, you're like 19. You're just like, does this mean I'm gay now? Like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
And you're just like, well, fuck that. I'm not figuring that out. I'm taking more Xanax. So then I just do Xanax. I have $200. I do Xanax, and I felt so entitled after that to be an asshole at work. Mm-hmm. Like, because I'm a drug addict. So I was just had the victim mindset of like, this happened to me. This guy's a piece of shit.
He shouldn't have done. Yeah.
So I start.
I
like,
could tell on him easy type of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm
Ruined
totally.
his life.
I'm in the
Now
the
you have
right.
the power.
I have power.
Yeah.
So I just start being an asshole, dude, at work. Like not doing shit. People come in. I'm trading sandwiches for Xanax bars. If anyone I know comes in, I'm hooking them up, even when they don't ask.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just like, yeah, I'm here to get a sandwich. I'm like, yo, why don't you have 3 sandwiches?
Yeah, for free.
Why don't you have a personal pie too? We got these pizzas; they're great. You should
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
them.
Cookies.
And then I'm like,
Heat
do you have
'em
any
up.
drugs? I'll give you more shit for. They're like, dude, I don't want more shit.
Yeah.
I did get one guy to kind of hook me up. I was like, dude, I will give you whatever you want if you have any drugs. And he's like, all right. Yeah. And he fed like the whole trap house. Like there was this place where everyone would go and do drugs.
Dang.
And he just ordered for them all.
So-
I didn't charge him a single thing.
You weren't trying to get a specific drug because you didn't like weed, right?
At that time, I loved weed.
Okay, so you liked whatever.
Yeah. I at that point, I liked doing pills, and then I'd always want to smoke weed. It felt like it kicked it in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, smoking weed without pills was like, ooh. Then it started to be like, ooh, this is kind of
Anxiety.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still would do it.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
no control. It's like if I had nothing and you had weed, I'm going to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Now, when did this thing end? Like, how did this like thing with the
So
the
I'm being
boss
an
end?
asshole at Subway. Then I get fired.
Mm-hmm.
They say that I get fired for giving, or I would tell people, oh, the reason they fired me is because I gave a veteran a sandwich for free. Like one day, a veteran came in. The guy was like, "I'm a veteran," and I was like, "Sir, this order is on us. Thank you for your service." Like I was just so fucked up. I was just such a conglomerate of different ideas
Yeah.
that I didn't even know what I believed or what I just like could like just weird shit. Like just when you're fucked up, you're just like. Now all of a sudden I care about veterans.
The
Yeah, yeah.
pepperonis weren't like evenly spaced.
No, like
You offended the veteran.
No, I gave him a sandwich for free.
And they fired you for
They
that?
fired me for
Dude,
that.
that's un-American.
It was an unauthorized discount.
Oh, and he probably like called and was like, "This kid gave me a free sandwich. Thank you so much." And then they were like, now
Well, they
we've
checked.
taken-
They checked the orders because I still rang it up, and I put in. I overrode the system and put in a custom discount.
Yeah.
So stupid, bro. Like I was just so fucked up all the time, and it was a number of things, right? And so finally, I think the guy just was like, "Okay, this guy's getting fucked up enough. He's probably not going to rat on me." He probably just did the math and was like, "I need to get this guy out of here." So he fires me, right?
Oh, he fired you.
He fired me.
Oh.
And I remember because I had to go in and, I mean, he played it right. I was a dumbass fucking drug addict.
Yeah.
Basically, so in retrospect, it's like I had all the power, but I just got, I was just like, okay, yeah, you think I'm small minded back then.
Yeah.
No one teaches that teaches you that in school.
Yeah.
Hey, when you do, get sex trafficked or whatever the fuck you want to call that, solicited or I don't know.
Groomed.
Anyhow, groomed. That's definitely what it was. Groomed. So then I go on my merry way. I'm a drug addict. This is like March 2013. Then I ended up living with my gay choir teacher from high school after that, which was crazy too. Like more crazy shit. But I never did anything with him, and I never did any other homosexual acts. And then 2013, okay, so later, 2013, or maybe, so I don't know when that was. That was either the fall of 2012. I think it was like February 2013.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't remember. It's
The
sometime
time's
in
blurred during
the
the
end of
pills.
2012,
Dude,
beginning of 2013.
My heavy like party days are so blurred in what really happened. I really don't know.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know this. Then I'm on heroin. The fall of 2013, I get hooked on heroin like August, and I'm on heroin. I start being an intravenous heroin addict like in late like August, September. I start sniffing dope like 2013 August, and then by September I'm shooting up every day.
Do you feel like everyone starts with sniffing?
Some people start with smoking, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I ever did it, I shot up. But that was in April 2013, but I couldn't find a connect.
Yeah.
So then I eventually got a connect, and then I just started doing it every day. But so now I became a heroin addict, and so I ended up hitting up my boss on Subway.
Yeah.
And being like,
sucky.
I was
long
like,
time.
you got any work for me?
Yeah.
He's like, I can do 60. I'm like, 60?
60.
I'm like, can you do 70? Like, can you do any more?
And now you need it at this point.
Now I need it.
Yeah.
And he knew that.
Yeah.
And now I think the rush of it all was over for him.
Yeah.
So he's like, I can give you one Xanax and $70. I'm like, okay, fine. So he picks me up and we go over there. I take the Xanax, and now it's just like work. Now I'm just laying in bed. He blows me. I'm totally sober the entire time. Now I just feel like a hardened prostitute, just like doing my sex work, looking at the clock. I've had a girlfriend at this point now, so I had been with a woman.
Yeah.
So I'm like just looking at the clock as it goes. Like as
You
it ticks
had a
by.
girlfriend like
Not at
during
that
the-
moment,
oh.
but in the interim.
Yeah.
yeah,
In the interim between male on male blows, I had dated a girl for a while and lost my virginity to her and all that stuff.
yeah.
Which ironically, or not ironically, but trauma wise, the first time she tried to blow me, apparently I was in a blackout and I was like, no, thanks, no. I had like a trauma response.
Yeah.
And like the next day she's like, I was like, I don't know. And I don't know if I ever told her that story, but yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
But so he blew me, and then he paid me $70, and then I went and did heroin, and like hung out with my mom. Like I remember I got lunch with my mom.
And she had no idea.
No idea. Well, she knew I was fucked up, and she didn't know I was blown by a man that day for money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
You know.
Because you were raised Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Are you still religious?
I mean, I consider myself spiritual.
Yeah.
I don't.
What do you think, dude? What do you think's going on?
What do I think's going on?
Yeah.
It's just
I think I'm gonna have to live your life after this.
Oh man, I think about that stuff a lot.
Like, do you live
There's-
everyone's
there's the
life?
reincarnation
Are we
thing.
all just living each other's lives that we interact with? Am I everyone?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think you can know like definitively, but like,
Do you think we can't guess? We can't even guess, and that's like the design. We can't even guess.
well, like I don't know. Like some days you feel. Do you like, for instance, do you feel like? Do you ever feel like, yeah, no, we're definitely all connected? Like,
yeah, like nature mainly. Like we're big nature people. We love. We just went to the dry tortugas and shit, and that's a off of the Keys, and like being somewhere like that, or just somewhere like out in nature, seeing a wild animal, like seeing a shark while you're snorkeling, like that shit. When that happens, I feel like, I'm just like, what is going on? You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Nature's crazy. But moving on. I actually remember something I wanted.
Yeah, Shannon doesn't like my.
No, because I had a couple of things like I wanted to. You brought this up earlier, and we
I
didn't.
was like, really? I was like, yeah, I'm gearing up.
Yeah.
Spiritual conversation. I don't know.
Shannon's uncomfortable facing her
I'm not
spirituality.
I'm not very spiritual because I'm a scientist, so it's like so it's like I don't know. But
She believes in lights out, baby.
yeah. No, I was gonna ask about the time you did stand up naked and like how did that happen and what was the deal with that?
So there's a naked comedy show in New York.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's a naked comedy show in New York. There's the naked comedy show in New York. And I did a naked comedy show in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't do the premiere naked comedy show.
Yeah.
There's like one, and like, so for instance, my buddy hit me up and he was like, hey, do you want to do this naked comedy show? And I was like, I don't know, man. Because I kind of like, once I got sober, I was like, certain things I'm like, even like Anna Lepley's like drag show, I'm like, I don't really want to do it. I just, because of those experiences when I was younger, I'm like, kind of want to just like respect myself and not like,
not do anything you don't want to do.
right, yeah, put myself through unnecessary, like just
to do it, just
right.
to be like, well, you know what, this is like, I know.
It's not that I think that it's wrong or I think it's wrong for anyone else. It's just because of my background, I'm kind of like, I got to have a line somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't, an abused woman wouldn't go do a comedy show at an abused woman's shelter.
Well, I think.
Wait, actually, maybe.
That actually totally works.
Yeah, never mind. That was a bad example.
It'd be like,
That'd be like
if there was a misogyny rally, an abused woman might not go do comedy there.
That's like if a woman tried to do comedy at a Trump rally.
Yeah, if she's going to the RNC, maybe not.
Right, like a Jew wouldn't go to a neo-Nazi convention
Yeah.
and do comedy. Probably.
A Jew wouldn't really go anywhere.
A Jew walks into a neo-Nazi convention.
Yeah.
And he says,
and doesn't walk out.
Oh shit.
He says, "Do you guys smell that?"
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
What?
We're preheating the oven.
Oh dang, dude.
Are you Jewish?
No.
You?
Well, actually, neither of us are. Neither of us have ever taken like a test. But Joey kind of has like he has some Hungarian in him,
Oh, it's the same.
and so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
But-
I'm in the thick eyebrow range.
Yeah, but so like you got asked to do. You want me to put this over
Yeah.
here? Yeah. You got asked to do a show like naked, and and you were like, I don't know, and then you were like,
So then I talked to someone. This is why it's funny. I talked to someone. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm all right now. I thought about it. I'm like, all right. Then I run into somebody at a comedy open mic, and I talked to him. He's like, dude, I did the naked comedy show. It was great. As soon as I did it, 5 seconds in, I forgot I was naked, and it was just like doing stand up. And New York is really tough. It's not like down here where it's like I'm getting shows. Like being down here, it's like you get shows all the time. You're getting paid. New York, it's like, man, it's been 2 weeks. I haven't even done a not paid. First of all, you can forget about getting paid.
yeah,
When you
New
move to
York?
for comedy, you can forget about it.
Yeah.
Don't even think like that. Like
Yeah.
that's one thing I would prepare anyone. It's like, oh, just erase that from your mind again. Be
Yeah.
prepared to not get paid at all.
Dang,
Yeah, and
it's a bigger sea for the fishies.
yeah, and then like you get like, so maybe I hadn't done a show in like a fucking 2 weeks, or whatever. I'm like, well, this will be a good show.
yeah.
So I think about it, and I hit my friend up. He's like, oh, we booked it already. Then a month goes by, and he's like, okay, it's open again. Do you want to do a spot?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah. So now for this, I'm like, well, how much does it pay? And he's like, 35. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But I do a pros and cons list about it, and I'm like, mostly all the cons were fear based.
Mm-hmm.
They were
Yeah.
like, maybe it'll be traumatizing. Maybe I'll like, and maybe it'll like someone will look that up later.
You're on stage, and all of a sudden you look down, and those two guys from the bed are sitting there in the front row, and they're just like licking their lips, and you're like, oh fuck.
right.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
Somebody's
bad.
eating a Subway sandwich.
Yeah. Just squirting mayo on themselves.
Extra man.
Yeah. But so you did it. Did you chub yourself up a little first?
No, I
full
didn't.
dick out. Did you shave?
I think I shaved a little.
Like trimmed it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, not baby soft, but the shave.
There's women too.
Well, okay, here's what happened, right? So
Yeah.
I tell my friend, I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'm like, and then it turns out it wasn't the naked comedy show. It was a naked comedy show. It was like an offshoot. So it's like so it ended up being in East New York, which if you don't know New York City, it's like East New York, it's like the end of the L train. It's deep Brooklyn. It's like the part that is not gentrified. It's the part where people like it's a different world. And
a lot of top hats, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like so I take the L train out there and I get there and I'm walking and then I'm on a bus and I'm like, you could just tell when you're in a certain kind of neighborhood, you know, and like, this is a different vibe, man. This is like I am the only white guy here, you know. So I get to the venue and it's just all black people.
Oh my god!
Like,
oh my god! And you have to be naked.
Is this really the show? Like, and I'm like, but dude, surprisingly enough, like, it was super chill. Like, it was like I was blown away at how little I actually gave a shit and how little it affected me.
People were allowed to take pictures and stuff. What was the deal with that?
There was someone filming. I saw pictures of myself. It looks insane. It looks so weird. It's just like
did you like go on a
Michelangelo. I got the Michelangelo shit going on.
Yeah.
I got like a little nub like that of a penis.
just sitting on your balls?
I got big balls. I
Yeah.
got multiple compliments afterwards. People were like, you have really full balls. It was
Full
mostly
balls?
gay. It was mostly low down, like DL gay black dudes.
Yeah.
That was the demo.
They're like, yo, your balls are good, boy.
They were like didn't look gay at all and just like weren't flamboyant and were just
hey,
like,
boy, I got $70 in a Xanax.
So that's what happened. Afterwards, there was a guy. So we had a green room in the back, and it was kind of like mesh. And so we were sitting there, kind of like decompressing, and I was standing up, and this dude like touched my butt through the mesh.
You're still naked.
Assault.
Because like once you were naked and you go on stage, like all of us decided to stay naked in the green room afterwards.
Yeah, because you were like, we did it. Yeah,
it's a freeing experience.
You
You're like,
bump up against the
wow.
lady while
You know?
she's not looking from the back. Your weenie goes in the tushy crack.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it starts to unfold like a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
It gets a little
bit more
hotter.
blood
Yeah,
flow.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
hell yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I get it now. And because I've never done anything like that. I've never been to a nude beach. I've never been to a swinger party or any sort of thing like that. So it was like,
I've streaked a bunch. A lot of people have seen
I
my
have done
dick.
that.
Everybody's seen Joey's dick. Like
I've
Like,
seen. There's pictures
all
out
of
there
your-
of my
I've
dick.
streaked. I've streaked.
all of Joey's friends have seen his dick.
I passed out at a party once with my dick out,
Oh my god.
dick and balls, just naked on a chair, and puked everywhere.
And then someone drew. They were like, "Oh, it's just right there. I'll just trace it." And then they drew your dick and balls.
Now,
Yeah,
now the
centimeter.
girls are naked too, or what?
There was only 4 dudes.
it was all
performed.
guys.
Yeah. There is, again, the naked comedy show. They'll book women.
Yeah.
This was my friend who's a homosexual, and that's fine. That's just part of the
Yeah.
story. He
Yeah.
was a homosexual, and this was like a gay event.
Oh, okay.
And so,
That's part of what the trauma like.
So no wonder you did good on stage. People were like, "Yo,
I never
look
said
at
I did
that
good on stage.
dick."
I never said that. I said they said I had full balls. Dude, about a minute in, I was riding a high. I was like, oh, this is going to be so easy. I
Yeah.
thought in my head, like, the bar should be so low because of what's going on.
Yeah.
Then I'm like a minute in, and I'm like, dude, am I bombing right now? I'm like, I'm naked. And I start addressing it. I'm like, are you guys really being this hard on me right now? I am naked. And I'm like addressing it. Like I start, working it. But it felt like it was like, I was like, this is rough right now. I was expecting like the hardest part is just going to be naked.
Did anyone flick their dick at any point? Did anyone look and go,
Oh, they're not
I
naked.
could not.
no, flick
do
your own
that.
dick. You flick your dick on stage. Guys, laugh at me.
I didn't even touch it. I didn't even
You didn't helicopter it? I would have helicoptered.
well, helicopter what? I got like a nub down there. I'm so cold. and
Helicopter those
scared.
full balls of
What-
yours, dude.
Yeah, I could have done that.
Could have bounced off your balls.
Oh, so the guy who touched my butt afterwards, he was like, "Hey, so you gonna let me take you on a date?"
Ooh.
And I was like, "Nah, man. I was like, no, I appreciate it, but I'm not gay." He's like, "It don't matter." And I was like, "I'm okay, man." He's like, "Well, let me lick that booty hole. I'll pay you too."
And you talked about Subway, I'm assuming.
I don't know if I did. I think I probably did. Yeah, I would have had to, right?
What if you were like only after a shit and we're going to Subway?
But so you obviously
You don't think rich
What?
people have other people
Got
lick
out
their
of
asshole
there.
clean?
I lingered for a little bit and then I left.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were like they gave us free food, so I was like eating food because I'm a starving artist.
Mm-hmm.
I think I put clothes back on by this point. I got a free Coke.
After he poked your butt, you're like, the clothes are coming back.
Yeah. I was like, clothes, and because he slapped my butt when I left.
Now you've never had like a threesome or anything like that, right?
No.
Let's check in the audio.
Some people have, and then music wise, you're actually into like a lot of good music. You're a musician, or you were like before you did comedy, or what? Do you do both?
I don't do it professionally or anything, but I love music. It's like my favorite thing ever. And I was like, that was my big dream growing up, was like, I wanted to be a musician. And, I put a little too much emphasis on the drugs thing.
Yeah.
Like all my heroes.
Yeah.
I just thought that was like part of it,
Yeah.
And I think drugs can help you be more creative and stuff.
Yeah.
But you just have to like
not
know how to not
life,
go the.
I've written like most of my music, or at least I do write most of my music, just a little bit like on something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether it's like a beer or a little bit of something. I don't know. Like it's a
What's
definitely.
Cheaper.
I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah.
Oh, you don't like to talk
I
about
don't like to talk about it on the ding dong.
it? Okay.
No, well, so you're 10
No, I've
years
always been
sober.
a little bit high when I write music.
Yeah.
But
You
I've
did-
also written not high. Sorry,
Yeah.
Shane.
You're 10 years sober now.
Yeah. October 6th was 10
That's
years.
that's a big deal.
Thanks.
That's
Yeah.
like a huge milestone, right?
Yeah, I think so. A decade sober.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Decade not under the influence.
Other than
Cute is what we
nicotine and
aim
caffeine.
for. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Not cute is what we aim for. What am I saying? Taking Back Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And but I was saying with music, you don't like ever play like in the city, or
Nah. I mean,
No.
I have an acoustic guitar. It's in my closet. I never play it.
Yeah.
The last time I did anything was like 2019 when I started stand-up. I was in a band called Heller Floor down here.
Nice.
And I was playing drums. And then November, I broke my hand
Oh fuck.
at the World Cup, the Paintball World Cup.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
oh shit.
And then, but that ended up being a really cool thing because, so when I started stand up, I was like, dude, I started in July and I really didn't start grinding until like November.
Mm-hmm.
I had done stand up like 18 times from July to November,
Yeah.
which, as you guys know,
Yeah.
is not enough.
Yeah.
But I was like quitting my job to pursue stand up full time. I was still in a relationship. I had a girlfriend. I was in a band. I had all this, like, I had paintball. Like, I had a lot of things, and I was just like, I was riddled with like stage fright. And I would drive to open mics and then like stay in the parking lot and then leave. I was scared.
Wow.
And I was still going through that. Even if I would have a good set, I could go like another 2 weeks and be like, oh, I have to do this tonight. Like, I would make up excuses. Like, I couldn't really fully commit. Like, I would grind like 4 days and then the stage, and then I would be like, oh, I'm like loose. I'm in the zone. And then like 2-3 days would go by and then I'd be like, oh, I don't know. And I'd make up an excuse. And then, okay, then a week goes by. So sure enough, when I broke my hand, I broke up with my girlfriend that same night. That's a whole
When
nother
you
story.
really needed her.
Yeah. and I knew I was quitting my job in December. So I couldn't work out. I couldn't play paintball. I couldn't play in this band because I was a drummer. And so all I had was comedy, basically. And I couldn't write. I couldn't even write, really, because my hand was broken. So all I could do was just perform comedy. Mm-hmm. And so that's when I finally, like, I'm glad that happened because it enabled me to be like, single track mind, no other distractions, get into comedy. And that's when I really started grinding.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then I just didn't stop.
Dang.
That's
Why did you
cool.
get the confidence that you have on stage? Because you were saying you were so nervous and scared for so long, and you wouldn't think that now. Like when we watch you, we're like, you seem so relaxed. Even like people who've been doing it for a while, you watch them, they still seem a little weird, but you seem smooth, Daddy.
Yeah. We were watching
Seem like you got that
part of
smooth
your
dick, boy. And you got smooth hands, by the way, too. I wanted to mention, you got very like my hands look like I've jerked 20 dicks compared to your.
and you don't even really jerk off very much, right?
I jerk
or
off.
so you say online.
No,
You don't like to jerk off.
You're always like,
Do
I'm
you not
on
like porn? Is that it?
I'm holding it
You
in.
don't like to
or
watch
whatever.
like? Do you not watch
Well,
porn?
I like.
Is that
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. You're a guy, so here's the thing. It's like we don't know.
I feel bad after I jerk
Right.
off. I want to, but I know I'm gonna feel bad after.
right. Like it's terrible. It's like as a man,
Yeah.
I can not jerk off. I start to feel better, right?
It feels good when you've made it like
Right.
a bit without doing
5
it.
days,
Yeah.
you feel good. You're full of testosterone. Someone says something to you, you're assertive. You say it back. Like, I don't know if you feel this, but like if I'm like 5 days into NoFap, I'm like, I feel quick. I feel like revved up. I feel like a healthy amount of like anger.
Sometimes though, I don't have the urge to come though. Then for a while, and I'm like, when am I losing my masculinity?
That too. There's all these things. Like it's such a weird fucking.
Why don't I want to jerk off everywhere anymore?
Right.
Huh?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but then sometimes you're like, I need a sleep aid. There's nothing else. Like I've taken melatonin. I've read War and Peace for fucking an hour. Nothing is.
Gotta
putting me to
get
sleep.
rid of this ball energy.
I need to milk myself.
I gotta make myself because, dude, you jack off. You can.
It's like a rush. Yeah.
Well, it also like the. It's the only like I don't do drugs anymore. In terms of like shutting this shit off, it's
That's
one of
so
the only things I have
So
left.
We're not nighttime. We're not nighttime sex people.
Can you
typically.
compare
I'm a
like
nighttime.
like a heroin high to coming? Is it like?
I'll say this:
Is it like a fraction?
there,
of it?
you know, when someone's riding you, you're down like this, and a woman is riding you,
Straight up.
and you'll feel like I don't know if you feel this, but like this like pure pleasure come right up here, like this, like and like everything is right and everything's good.
You're about to blow.
You're not even, but you also have control. That's
Shamu's about to bust.
There's been people that have been like, I remember specifically this girl, probably the hottest girl I've ever been with.
Yeah.
But she had herpes. But she was riding me, and I was thinking, like, this feels like heroin.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Jimmy or no Jimmy?
no Jimmy.
No Jimmy. Then yeah, I was gonna say I feel like
So you
with
have
Jimmy,
herpes.
there's no way it feels like heroin with a Jimmy.
I don't have herpes. I got tested after that. I cut it off. I only had sex with her once, 2 times.
Once, 2 times.
Well, that sounds great though.
2 times in one night.
Nice.
It was great. I'm like, I literally will see her on Instagram and be like, I should have just fucking got herpes. Like who am I kidding? That was the best I'll ever do. I should have just got herpes and dealt with whoever she was as a person.
Oh, you cut it off because of the herpes?
Yeah, pretty much. I just was like, dude, I was like, I don't know. I just didn't know enough about her, and I was like,
I mean, that's like either you're committing to like wearing a condom always, or
I think it's only when it flares up, but she's got to know when it's.
well,
No,
yeah, but
no,
the
I
more
think
you
you
do it,
can.
the probability of it. And
Yeah.
say I stay with her for 2 years. You think during those 2 years we're gonna have a perfect record? Nothing's gonna slip up. Now we break up after 2 years, and I have herpes.
Yeah.
I already have my sexual issues as is. I'm already a weird dude with that, and I've got my hang-ups.
you do have erectile dysfunction, or is that that's just a
Oh
joke,
yeah,
kind of?
I mean, I don't know. It's like alcoholism. I haven't taken it out for a test.
Is it
drive in a while.
anxiety though? Because like sometimes
it
the
might
pressure is on. Because
Well,
I'll
that's
have
what it
a
is.
trouble peeing in public. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Oh, I
when
have
I
that.
know the pressure's on, like I'll be like, okay, I need to pee real quick, but then
Right.
I can't, and then it's like it feels like my dick's gonna explode.
Right.
Feels
No,
like
I
my
have
dick
that.
is gonna pop.
Oh, I totally have.
Let
that.
it out. Let my dick pee.
Yeah, like you ever like for me, I go in the stall. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm a stall guy.
I'll go in the stall, then the pressure's not there anymore.
Exactly,
No
I
one's
feel
looking.
safe.
No one's behind
I
you
feel
whispering
safe.
on your neck.
I'm safe.
Rubbing a razor blade up to
Safe.
your neck. We're gonna slit your throat if
Yeah.
you don't
You like a
piss.
private bath?
And you know what? I know I'm not alone too because you go up to the urinal and you're with another guy and he's near you and you're both just doing the same thing. We're like, I'm a man. I'm peeing.
Yeah,
You're like, I hear you. You're not peeing either. You don't like this either. Why
I
do we
hate
have to pretend?
small talk
like
too.
we-
I hate small talk while you're pissing.
Oh, I never do that.
Coworker.
I will. Don't talk to me. I need to feel like I'm in my own world.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Which is weird because when I first got sober, I used to have to pee in front of someone all the time.
Yeah. Well, that could be also why you don't like to pee in front of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's like
Because I used to have to pee in a cup.
and then
Yeah.
lie
Next to a
sometimes.
drill sergeant.
Damn.
I don't know.
Very cool. Yeah, we watched some of your old special from the Coop.
Nice.
Hey, you got a lot of views on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know. I got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Are you,
so definitely
You going to be doing any more? Like, are you working on another ding dong you'll put out eventually?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the goal. Like
that's like a full 50. I was like because a lot of times when people release specials like they're like 30-minute specials.
Right.
So I was like, oh shit, wow, this is a full hour. I don't think I realized that before.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people did unless they click on it. Yeah, I mean, I just pretty much was like at this point of being down here and before moving to New York of just like I felt like I had like kind of wanted to get over some of the material,
Yeah.
which I now know is not really I don't think that's just really how comedy works.
Yeah.
You know, maybe when you get to a certain level and you're so good, you've been doing this 20 years, you could think of shit and you know how to crank it out. I'm still learning how to crank out material because, like, I just felt like, okay, I feel like I've been doing these jokes forever. Fast forward, I'm still doing those jokes, but so I was like, I want to put it out though because like I don't want to just like get all new material, and not like. At least, why wouldn't I want to capture this?
Yeah, yeah.
This has made people laugh and all this stuff. And
it's like a repertoire. Then you have it forever, too.
Right. So that's why I did
you
it. I was
submit it to
do
things.
private parties. You could do that fucking shit for.
Right,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? Yeah.
So I was like, you know, people have liked this. And I think I got what I deserve from it online. Like, sure, maybe it could get to more people, but it's like, the comments, if you look, are like really positive and like.
You got to monetize it or what?
No.
Oh, no.
But I'm saying I got what I
crazy.
deserved in the sense of like, it did way better. Like I could have done all that and gotten 400 views.
Yeah, yeah.
At least it got out to a lot of people, and people took the time to comment.
61K, I think, or
like
something.
64K.
Yeah,
I mean, who's counting?
That's a lot. Yeah.
You know, it's just
That's
three more K. But
great.
you know, who's counting?
That's
Dang,
crazy.
yeah.
That's great. Yeah, it's my ex drug dealer.
My ex drug dealer.
My ex
Yeah.
drug
How
dealer.
long did it
Danny
take to
Fallon.
grow to that?
Check it out. Check it
To
out.
grow to 64K.
Yeah.
Probably a year.
Wow.
It got.
That's great. That's
I would-
great for even like people that are like fucking huge, like that
Yeah.
have names, like you know, like
Yeah.
You know me. I'm nameless.
no. But you know what I'm saying? Like people that like are like Comedy
right.
Store
Right,
or
right.
like whatever. Like they may not have like that same like results on their videos a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like you know, so it's like that proves that you know. You don't need to take what that heckler bitch fucking said
fuck her.
because
I mean, not fuck.
you got fucking 64K views on your fucking special.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Anything else you want to plug before we have like a little lullaby for you?
Ooh.
I'll give you a little
So-
Uh, anything else like plug?
This is gonna come out next Monday, so like right before.
Okay. You could just honestly just you know look at my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube would be awesome. I still don't even have 1,000 subscribers, and
Subscribe.
I'm working on a book
A book.
about some of my stories of being a drug addict and just
Oh, wow.
being an artist in America and stuff. And it's called the working title is An American Summer.
Oh wow.
So if you just look out for that in the future at some point when I
Cool.
finally finish it. Yeah.
Cool. Very nice. Awesome. Well, make sure you're following Danny. It's at Danny Haha or is
Danny
it-
Fallon, haha.
Yeah, Danny Fallon. Haha. Okay. And check out his YouTube, Danny Fallon, right? Or
Yeah, Danny Fallon, haha.
All of them.
Got sketches on there. Got some newer stand-up sets with some good riffing and stuff, and my special.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, comment, Thread Count Podcast. And we've got a little lullaby for you here. So
Wow.
we're gonna tuck you in here and
Can't find the shit. Where's the shit?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
pee
tuck
the
'em
bed.
in. I know. I gotta pee so bad right now.
dude. We were talking about that.
Where's
it
some pee
always turns
boys?
into this.
I was
It
like-
always turns into it.
And
Because
like-
I don't have a phone, so I have no concept of
No,
where
I
we're
don't
at
either.
time-wise.
I don't either. All right.
All right,
Ready?
hold on one second. I'm trying to find the. I gotta look along. Thanks for being on, Daddy. You like any current music? Any current bands you like, or is all current music trying to suck my ass?
1975.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah.
you're a Matty
Taylor
Healy
Swift.
boy.
Yeah.
You like Matty Healy's big old wheelie?
Yeah, I think he is like a cool dude. You're like, damn, he's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's like.
He like did heroin.
If he wanted to be my friend,
Probably still
yeah.
does.
He do it
What?
still?
No. But he's like cool. He still can like drink and smoke cigarettes. Like he's just like
Bunch of
he's just
drugs.
doing it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
he's the guy who's like he's that like in between where he's like cool and liberal, but he's also kind of like rugged
Edgy.
and like edgy and like,
Come town.
Yeah,
You
he
know?
called
Hometown
Boy
vibes.
Genius.
Something.
He said he was gonna start a band called Girl Retard.
yeah, he's like yeah, he's kinda-
Which is ridiculous. They were all really offended, and it's like a
Yeah.
thing. Like, fuck
Taylor
Matty
was pissed, I
Healy,
think,
we
too.
hate you. I'm like, Matty Healy's probably got that fucking those full balls, like you were talking about.
I mean, Taylor Swift wrote like most of her 40 song album about him. So
oh, I can imagine. That must be so strange to just be like in a celebrity like
relationship. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we just don't. I mean, you know the emotions of like a regular relationship, and then imagine like all these eyes are on you, and you're both artists, and like writing songs, and like, oh.
Well.
Yeah. Do you have something over there? I need to tighten this.
Look at us, huh? Tighten what?
This mic.
I love that this cat just sat here for this whole thing.
Oh, what do you mean?
Hold on. Makeshift.
No. Don't do that because that's gonna not.
Fuck,
look
we're
good
fucking this up.
That's not working.
No, it needs to be tightened. It's all right. It's all right. Keep talking about shit.
All right, there's note cards on the table. We can cut this part out if we have to.
Can I have some ginger ale?
Yes. Here's your ginger ale. Yeah. So Taylor Swift with Maddie Healy is like a deep lore that we have.
Really?
So
I really like the 1975. Who do I like?
We'll cut.
I like a lot of music, man. What do I listen to? I still listen to a lot of Pink Floyd, Tom Petty, Rolling Stones, David Bowie.
Yeah. You post Talking Heads on your story a lot. Heads. We love Talking Heads.
So good.
God. We saw David Byrne in St. Vincent. And it was like one of the best shows.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw Creed.
Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah.
Epic. Amazing.
You have your Creed thing. At first, I thought it was like a big bit. Like I was like, this is like a funny bit.
I did too. I thought it was a big bit too. And then I was like, no, I actually really like Creed. I fucking love Creed. And I don't care. Like, fuck people who are like, because you like you said, I like good music. And I also like Creed. And Creed's good music. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like Taylor Swift.
Rules.
I like The Grateful Dead. I like John Mayer. I like Jack Johnson. I like the Talking Heads. I like Dr. Dog. Like, I like
Don't
a lot
yuck
of
my
music.
yum.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, we saw the Jonas Brothers. You know how fucking good the Jonas Brothers are live? Okay? They're fucking great.
I believe it.
I've seen them fucking, I don't know, 5 times. All right.
I learned Ghostbusters today.
We've got a lullaby.
All right. Here we go. Do I sing along or what do I do?
Danny Fallon used to do drugs. He's 10 years sober, but he can't get it up 'cause he came in his couch. His dick's stuck and he can't get it out. In the subway bathroom stall, his pee-pee sucked by his boss and his balls were wet. It felt weird. Something tickled him, it must have been his beard. His mama said he has a nice car. It's been 12 hours and he's still jerking off, and the cops never came. But young Danny's balls are completely drained. Thank you for joining us, Danny.
That was awesome. That
Thanks
was
for
so
tucking
like
in.
thoughtful and reference, like such good references.
Well, we're deep references.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Tuck in, follow Danny, follow us, follow the thread count. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
Yeah.